Welcome everyone to Signature Move. My name's Bobby.
And my name is Alex.
And we're here to bring you your review of Smkdown and NXT this week.
That's right. We are Signature Move. We are a podcast dedicated to all things wrestling. Mostly WWE wrestling, but occasionally we will talk about those independent feds. So please, if you like our videos, please like, share, subscribe on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and if you're just listening to us, please try out the CastBox app. I've heard that it's very, very good.
Yep, download it. You can listen to us on that.
All for free!
Yes, so please like, share, and subscribe, because we're just starting out, so we can use all the help we can get. But without further ado, let's go right into it. We have Smkdown this week.
Smkdown Live, coming to you from Detroit.
Detroit, Michigan.
Yes.
So what happened? Let's
Immediately, it began with Renee Young introducing Brie and Daniel Bryan.
Yes, they started off with a promo. Very basic promo, not really impressed with it.
Yeah,
Daniel Bryan just said, same old, same old.
Honestly, it was the same old stuff rehashed from last week. I'm like, okay, I'm kind of bored with this. Not even really.
Yeah, but then they brought in the Miz and Maurice.
Well, Miz and Maurice then did like a weird taped promo of them in the ring, like before anybody came in, trying to call out Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella. And I was like, well, clearly they haven't come into the arena yet.
Yeah,
so
it's really odd. It was really odd.
What was that about?
Yeah, and so then they challenged them again. So Daniel Bryan and Brie called Maurice and the Miz out. Unfortunately, they were not available. But you know who was? Cien Almas. For the second week in a row, we're going to get a Cien Almas versus Daniel Bryan match.
Very, very happy
exciting
to see Cien Almas come out again. We love that guy. I was really hot on his match last week, and immediately they jumped into a match right away.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh, yeah, bring it on.
Yep.
Let's get a repeat.
And it was just as good.
And it was really good. Although the crowd was totally dead. I don't know what was happening.
Oh, man.
They had crowd issues the whole night. It was just like silence, silence. And then they would come out with like a This Is Awesome chant. And I'm like, really? Are you saying this is awesome because you feel obligated to say this is awesome? Because you sure weren't reacting before that.
Yeah, Detroit was kind of disappointing tonight. I don't know what was going on. If you were there at the crowd, let us know why it was so quiet. Because it definitely seemed dead all night. But I loved the match. It was just, I think, as hard-hitting and as good.
Yeah, Daniel Bryan did, of course, a great suicide dive, reminding me again of Brie Bella's botched suicide dive. I was like, this is so good. Why don't you teach her how to wrestle, Daniel Bryan?
Oh, man. Like, when she came out for Brie mode, I was like, man, she almost had death mode. The ultimate Brie mode.
Yeah.
So that would have been bad if she had missed that spot. So they had the match. It was solid.
Yeah.
And the only problem I have with it is the ending.
Yeah, the ending was a little bit disappointing. I mean, Almas did a rolling moonsault off the top. That was probably my highlight of the match. He does that really, really great. And Daniel Bryan just hits his knee and wins. Yeah,
I mean, don't get me wrong.
Clean.
Devastating knee, but it was a very clean win off of Cien Almas, who, man, he's been doing such good work. I was hoping for another either cheap win or maybe he gets out of jail free because of the Miz.
I was thinking that maybe he was going to like just pull the tights and win. That's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's probably going to be his win. But,
and I put a note here that I thought, I'm like, oh man, even with that loss though, he's not really that tarnished. But then something else would happen, and I'm like, oh, not happy about that.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later.
Talk about that a little bit later.
So what happened next?
Miz and Maurice interrupted Daniel Bryan's celebratory dance in the middle of the ring, and they say, oh, I'm sorry, we are not actually in the building right now because we are out on a date having Italian food, and then we couldn't actually, stand all these Detroit people being in the restaurant, so we bought out the entire restaurant.
That was the best line.
Yeah, at an Italian place called, they gave it a weird name. I don't know if this place is real or not, but they call it Scarfino's, something like that.
What I really liked is that they're like, oh, we're not going to actually eat with anybody from Detroit. And they both at the same time went, ew. Oh, rough night for Detroit.
And then they just said, arrivederci, bellas. And then Corey Graves just goes, oh, couples goals. Like, that's what he wants to do with his girlfriend, to say arrivederci.
Oh, Corey Graves was on fire tonight.
Oh, man, he looked fantastic in the pink suit. Oh, man. It takes a real man to wear a pink suit.
Oh, yeah, it does. It truly does.
He looks stunning.
Yeah, a lot of the announcers have good suits, I noticed. Like, I think it's a requirement that you got to look damn good
look really
if you're going to be an announcer.
It's a major TV show.
Yep.
I don't want to look my best.
Yeah, no, but hey, keep in mind. Well, but here's the thing. Then Renee showed up with PJ pants.
She did. She was wearing like a modified yoga pants.
Oh, it looked like PJ pants. They were plaid.
Yeah, they were definitely yoga pants.
And she looked so good on Raw. She was wearing some sort of leather getup. But this week it was like PJ pants. I think Renee was just like, I already look good. I'm going for comfy.
Time.
I'm comfy Renee tonight here in Detroit.
So anyway, in the very, very next segment, it didn't take long. You can see Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella are shown just leaving the building as soon as possible. And when somebody asked them where they were going, they were like, "Oh, what? We decided to go eat Italian tonight." So obviously they're gonna try and chase down Miz and Maurice. And
I thought that was so like, man, could you have been a little subtler? No, they're like, oh, we're going to go to a restaurant. What do you feel like? Italian.
And obviously when you get there, they're not going to be there anymore. I guess that's just how the storyline is going to go. It was pretty transparent. So I was like, okay, let's just get this over with.
Yeah, I really...
The night was not shaping out well from the beginning.
Yeah, I really feel like they could have... It could have used more improvisation.
Yeah.
And I felt like they were reading lines.
Yeah.
Like that line, those lines, like, oh, we feel like Italian, felt like a line, man.
I'm like, okay.
Anyway, what happened next?
Next was the Charlotte and Becky Titantron interview.
Ooh.
I really dislike those style of interviews.
Yes.
Start off by saying that.
Yes.
Because they feel like it's taped. I don't know exactly how they do it. If they do it live or if they do it taped. But it doesn't feel real. It's like, well, you have both the wrestlers there. Why don't you just do an interview segment where they're side by side? Because that's going to be even more intense. They're next to each other.
Yeah.
It makes more sense, right?
Like they've done this format before, and it's hit or miss.
Yeah.
Because the problem with this format, I find, is wrestlers talk over each other. Mm-hmm. Somebody gets more lines than they should have. Like, I think Charlotte just, like, rolled over Becky on this one. Like, she wouldn't let her talk. I mean, the stuff Becky said was awesome. Like, where she just told Charlotte to screw you.
Yeah.
And just, and some of the... Becky was great, but once again, I felt like Charlotte was just steamrolling her in this thing. Because there's no back and forth. It's just like, it's the Wild West. And it works for people like Joe and Brock, because they can be scary and intimidating. Yeah, it's a thing with these ones. I think there's better formats. Like, wouldn't it have been better if Charlotte or Becky was doing the podium interviews that I was hoping was going to be a thing, but I guess was a one-shot deal.
Yeah.
And
we'll see.
I don't know.
They might still bring that back.
This segment didn't excite me more than last week's beatdown.
I don't know. I wanted to say I don't generally like that style of interview, but I thought that they did an acceptable job with it. I thought that Becky did a really good job. Now that she's fully a tweener instead of a heel or a face, she's kind of just somewhere in between, which I'm okay with. She seems to be owning it. She's owning her character. The crowd is still wickedly behind her. Like, really, like, the second they saw her face, they started saying the "Let's Go Becky" chants. It was like, wow, okay. Really, they're on target with her. But I thought that she was burning it up. You know, Charlotte still came off strong too, but she was just a little bit too talky.
Yeah, and I think that looks bad. The more she talks, the more fans are going to turn on her.
Yeah, I totally think so. And it's funny because, like, Charlotte was a heel for so long that in the end of the thing, she was getting so passionate. I'm like, she seems like she's turning it up with the heel stuff. But I didn't think it was very intentional.
Well, I think it feels like, and it comes off like Charlotte's trying to justify her win. Yes. And that's never good. Your win should stand on its own.
Yeah,
so the fact that she's going like, no, you would have done this, you're the jerk. It feels like she's almost kind of compensating.
Yeah.
And for the booze and all that stuff. And it comes off heelish.
Yeah.
Because it comes off, she's like, I'm still going to beat you. Yeah. And it really comes off like not great. So I like it. I just
wish the feud wasn't all about friendship.
No, yeah.
Friendship
again.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Please give me a little bit more depth to my women.
WWE writers, not all the girls have to be friends. It's not My Little Pony.
Probably
friendship is not magic.
Friendship is magic, but we don't really care about that sort of magic in WWE. No. We want fists.
Yeah, we want fists and competition.
Competition.
Braun says competition.
I gotta say, one of the best women's feuds was what?
Charlotte and
Sasha Banks.
They
and
were
was
not
that
friends.
about friendship?
They were not friends.
Hell no. It was about who can be the strongest winner. That's what I want to see.
Yep. All right, what happened next?
Next was Naomi versus Peyton Royce.
Oh.
Flashback. 2 weeks ago when they had this exact match.
Wow, this
third
week in a row.
Yeah.
And it was another 5-minute match.
It was no. It was another minute and a half match.
Oh man.
Like why? Why bother even doing it?
It seems like the secondary storylines for women's.
I don't know what's happening on the secondary storylines. They're spinning their wheels. I have a feeling as to what they're setting up. So this is what happened. Naomi did a tweet last week saying, I better start paying someone to watch my back. So I was like, okay, so obviously somebody's going to come out and help Naomi.
And you thought it was who?
I thought it was going to be Tamina.
Yep. I kind
sure
of was on the bag on that, but
yeah.
So who came out? We had Asuka. Yeah. So you finally got your Asuka sighting. You're very happy. Your favorite wrestler.
She is my favorite wrestler of all time.
And you got to admit, she came up and she whooped butt.
She came up and she did a little bit of destruction there on the Iconics.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure that WWE is setting up for a women's tag division.
Oh yeah.
Because it seems to be that they are pairing more and more and more women together.
Yep.
So, I don't really like the thought of Asuka as a tag team person. I really think that she's a singles wrestler.
Well, I think a lot of people are going to be in that tag division to fill time because they just don't have enough time.
Yeah.
And it's a way to give people something to do. It's that whole Cesaro Sheamus scenario.
Yeah. But, you
never know.
You never know about it because Asuka is one of the strongest wrestlers and Naomi is one of the strongest girl wrestlers on the roster.
So they could be a good tag team.
So they can cause a little destruction as that tag team.
So let's
see if they give them some meat to work with.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to the Iconics actually coming out as a tag team and doing their tag teams.
Oh, yeah, very much so because the Iconics haven't been used very well, so I'm excited for them to be a tag threat.
Yeah, so intriguing stuff, but the match was not great.
Yeah, it's an interesting building block. But too bad the building block wasn't, more colorful.
Or just more wrestling. Let the girls wrestle.
Just a little bit better. Come on. Yeah, that just wasn't that great.
Next
up was the Jeff Hardy promo. Was a taped promo. Mm-hmm. I really liked that promo, actually.
I did too. I like that they talked about the history of Jeff Hardy, about how he was all his Daredevil stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And I love how we talked about that Randy tried to pick him apart. He tried to take all these things from him, but he can't. Mm-hmm. And that Jeff Hardy has never done a Hell in a Cell, and that he's gonna bring all this history and all this stuff in with the Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
And that Randy's obsession with him is going to actually be his downfall.
And I gotta say, it was still thrilling seeing all those clips of all the times that Jeff Hardy has climbed up something really tall and just jumped off.
Oh.
They showed, there had to have been a dozen of them.
Yep. He's done it a lot.
The man's kind of nuts.
He's just kind of nuts.
It's amazing that he's still alive and still wrestling and hasn't broken a neck on a fall.
Yeah, and he did the weird I'm going to talk about my body stuff, and I didn't mind it this week. It all fit.
Yeah. He said, let's see, Randy tried to clip my wings, and then it showed the weird ear pull thing. Yeah. So, and then he said something like the cage will end up setting me free, and I was like, well,
it's kind of cool.
I buy that.
It worked. His weird stuff works for the Hell in the Cell. It kind of works.
And I don't remember, did he wear the face paint?
He was not. He was.
I thought so. Yeah, it was like there was no weird hiss.
No weird hissing.
No weird hissing.
This week.
So there was no tree frog.
This week. All right. So what happened after that promo?
And after that promo, let's see. Miz and Maurice came back to face. They said they were coming back to face Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella. But obviously, they came back knowing that, okay, no, they're not going to be here. They're chasing us around. And but
then the weirdest stuff of the night happened.
No, the dumb thing was that Miz came back and then immediately confronted Paige. And Paige was like, well, I'm not putting up with your shenanigans, Miz. You're going to be in a match tonight against whoever wants to fight you.
Oh, yeah. And this isn't where it gets weird, but it's going to get weird, folks.
Yeah.
All right, next up?
Next up was another segment. There were so many segments. Was R-Truth. You see him backstage confusing Maurice for Carmella.
But it's all basically leading
it's
to
all kind of like
the Miz really insults R-Truth.
Yeah. He says Miz did truth tell a little bit because we love the truth telling Miz. He said that 7 years ago was the last time R-Truth was actually relevant, and that's when they were tag partners for a brief moment of time.
Oh, and then Joe came out. for his promo and did a great job as always. I thought this was one of the most this was probably my favorite thing of the night. This segment of SmackDown was Joe coming out and basically saying that he granted Wendy's wish because AJ was so scared of him, he went home to protect his family, which is what Joe wanted him to do all along. Yeah. That's so evil. That's like the villain being like, oh, I got you to do that thing that you didn't want to do by getting you to do that thing you didn't want to do.
Yeah, no AJ Styles in the house means that that Mojo's threats are actually working.
Yeah. And that's so villainous.
Kind of cool.
So villainous.
Yeah, and I wrote, Smojo is being so evil that I feel like the Columbus Police Department needs to officially arrest him like they did the Shield. Like he
did actually threaten to go to his house and attack his family.
That's
but no prison for you, Joe.
I'm pretty sure that might be.
Paige runs a very loose ship, where Baron Corbin's very strict. I feel like Paige is very loose with the rules.
Yeah, she came out afterwards at the end when there was about to be
no. There's she's very loose with that sort of stuff. So, but then it turns out AJ is in the building.
Well, first he just appeared on the Titantron and it was like, whoa, he was listening. I don't know where he is though, because Titantron can be anywhere.
No, come on, he was in the building. But
we
all knew, and he was in the building. What I love is he gets to the top of the ramp. And he faces off with Joe, and they wait for it. They build that anticipation. Like he slowly takes off the jacket, and he's just staring him down like, oh, he's going to wreck him.
Yeah.
And he did.
Yeah.
AJ came in, wrecked Joe, left him in a waste. They had to pull AJ off of him.
Yeah, the officials came out,
stuff,
and it still wasn't enough for him. And then, he had a huge forearm. One of the biggest forearms, like, in terms of the actual vertical leap that AJ Styles did.
Oh, and it just built. This is great. Building this feud really well.
Fantastic. And only for me, it had that one hiccup of that one night that made me really angry. That we will not discuss. But other than that, I've really enjoyed this feud. So I'm glad that it's continuing.
Oh, it's great.
Are they in the cell at Hell in the Cell?
No, they are not.
That's too bad.
Yeah, only 2 matches are in the Hell in the Cell.
I kind of like for this Hell in the Cell, I'm like, is it in the cell?
No.
Is it? Please?
It's just...
Let's put it in the cell.
I'll just tell you right now. No.
Put it in the cell. It'll be better in the cell.
No, not everything is better
Everything's better in the cell.
All right. Next match. You crazy woman. I'm dealing with crazy people.
The next match, it wasn't a match. No, there's just a lot of segments. There's so many segments.
She's so weird. She's like Jeff Hardy weird. What? Anyway, continue. All right. It's another one. What are you
Okay, next was R-Truth and Perfect 10.
Oh, yeah.
Looking for Carmella.
Yeah. And then R-Truth said that Marie said some things about Carmella. I'm just going to get to the gist of it. It sets up a main event of R-Truth versus The Miz. I'm going to repeat that because it bears repeating. The Miz fought R-Truth in the main event of SmackDown. What is happening?
I don't know. Is it literally like, are we in a time machine? Are we going 7 years in the past?
I have no idea.
I don't know. Hey, we didn't see any New Day.
No, because we don't need them this week. They're setting up that tag stuff. And then Carmella was managing him.
Yeah.
Also what is
happening, because for weeks now, the general storyline of R-Truth craziness is that he's been trying to hunt Carmella to take the women's title from her.
And then and
now suddenly
she's
like,
a face, and she's a face.
I don't know. She wasn't really.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know. It was a weird night.
It was a weird night.
And then they kind of hinted that R-Truth had planned this all along.
Yeah. Perfect 10 asked him what he's doing, and he said, "Well, I just made myself in the main event picture."
Then winked like he knew what he was doing.
So is his craziness real or not? I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm not really that interested. I gotta say.
Yep.
I don't approve of this R-Truth being all over SmackDown.
You can tell Vince loves R-Truth.
Vince really likes that guy.
He's been around forever, never been future endeavored.
He's not relevant.
But he isn't.
Sorry.
He's not going to be.
Like, it just literally feels like they're just like, well, let's put this guy in the main event picture, and then we'll waste our time with him for a little while. Isn't that fun?
No.
And it's not very fun.
No. And then Randy Orton came out to do his promo.
He did a contrasting promo.
Which I thought was like 10 times less boring. 10 times more boring than anything Jeff did.
Yeah. The Jeff stuff was so much more exciting because Jeff does exciting matches. Randy Orton does boring matches. So,
No, Randy Orton does good character work, but this was just more of the same. He was just like, I'm going to tear you apart. I'm going to rub you out in front of all your friends. I think he said that the only good line I think he had was like, oh, I want you to be at your best so that you have one last gasp before I take you down.
Yeah, they're really trying to make him like this really sadistic. Like he said, he called himself the most sadistic superstar in the WWE, and I want to be sickening, perverse. I want to make you gasp, keep you up through the night. It's like, oh.
Yeah, whatever. We know what Orton's doing. We know his deal. We know him.
The only cool shot of Randy Orton's past was him standing like this in front of the fire.
That's the last time he was cool.
That's the last time he was truly cool.
Was when he was the Bray Wyatt thing, and then the match after it immediately sucked on all the cool of that.
So bad.
But anyway, everybody knows how bad that match at WrestleMania was. So then we had Rusev Day versus Usos versus Sanity. I was looking so forward to this match. I thought it was going to be a barn burner. I thought it started kind of slow.
Yeah, it did start a little slow. I still thought it was good, though.
No, they turned it on the end. Killian Dane did a sick drop kick.
Okay, so I think this is why you're confusing the match with being bad. Mm-hmm. It's because the crowd had absolutely no oomph.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, it was a drag because I was like, those guys are working really hard, but they're not getting any reaction.
I felt like there was a lot. Dead. Towards the end, they started putting off. It was back and forth. They were hitting all their different moves and finishers. I won't go too much of the match, but like I said, the second half of the match I felt was way better than the first half. And
I really liked the end of the match. That was the best part for me.
Yep, and Rusev Day is
Rusev
victorious.
Day ended up being victorious. Yeah, the Usos hit with a frog splash, but then Aiden English broke it up.
Yep.
And I was like, oh yeah, he can break up things. Okay.
Yep. He definitely did it a couple times in this match. Where Aiden English proved his work.
And then Sanity immediately started to cheat, and Eric Young was putting his legs up on the rope, but Aiden English threw him off. And then that's when the Machka kick went, and that was the end. 1, 2, 3.
So I feel like Aiden English is finally showing his quality, kind of like Faramir in Lord of the Rings. Like he's finally getting his chance to shine.
Does that make Rusev
Boromir? Yes, the ring will tempt him, and he will fall into doom.
I like that analogy.
Yes.
I like that.
So if you want to meme Boromir and Faramir, you got that from us, as Aiden English and Rusev
has a chance to show his quality.
Yes. But anyway, so I'm excited about this. This makes me think that Rusev Day is going to beat the Bar next week and become #1 contenders.
I don't know. The Bar came out to taunt afterwards, by the way, and they had some new shirts, which really
awesome.
Man, their merch looked good.
Good merch this week.
Yeah. Did I do the right hand?
We lined up. So anyway, Rusev Day. I think they're going to win.
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't think so?
Well, the thing is, Rusev Day, as they're now being formed, they're kind of faces.
Yeah, so I feel like it doesn't matter.
So no, Vince cares about that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. New Day certainly isn't going to be healed.
Either this is a big swerve for the new Rusev Day breakup, or this could be definitely the start of their push.
It would be about time.
Yeah.
We've been waiting for, at least since April, for Rusev Day to really form and get some.
And I think the Rusev Day could get a pin over the New Day, where they were never going to beat the Bludgeon Brothers.
Yeah.
They were never going to get Aiden English get a pin on one of the Bludgeon Brothers. But over New Day, I could see it happening.
Maybe. Yep.
So anyway, next match.
All power to him. I would like Rusev Day to win, probably.
It'd be good. It'd be interesting.
Yeah.
But even if they didn't, still also good.
Yep. And then the mixed tag matches have been announced.
Yeah.
Does anybody really care about the mixed tag? I mean, last year we watched a couple matches. They were kind of entertaining, only for the pure purpose of I don't think the wrestlers really cared that much. And so that meant that they could say whatever they wanted.
Yeah, I think it was a little out of character stuff, which was fun.
Pretty much out of character and just like yelling nonsense at each other, which was interesting and kind of outside of kayfabe. But I don't know. It seems like mostly the same contenders as last year. They just changed things up a little bit. They had Bobby Lashley in there with Sasha Banks instead of Finn and Sasha. Now Finn is with Bayley, I believe.
Yep. So it should be interesting. We'll see.
Oh, and they added R-Truth and Carmella, which is probably why they were together to begin with.
Yep. Moving on.
Anyway, it's the main event.
Yes. So Miz faces R-Truth,
which will never, ever happen again.
No, this is a one-time deal.
Yeah.
this was
weird.
It was just a weird main event. In the end, it was a decent match. I thought, they did what they could with this. I think the crowd was also weirded out by the main event.
The crowd was, really weirded out.
But they actually got behind our truth. I think they got mostly a Carmella.
The Miz so much.
I don't know. It was weird.
It was weird.
The Miz can draw heat on anybody.
I like the Miz was saying, "Who's the coward now?" repeatedly, and then the crowd would answer him as "You are."
Oh, man.
That he did that chant like 3 times. I'm like, oh, they're getting more and more into that. Okay.
So, it was a decent match. Miz went for the skull-crushing finale at the end, but then we have the big surprise. Daniel, Bryan, and Brie show up from their restaurant. They must have eaten fast. And they got back, probably just had salads. They probably did the breadstick salad soup combo. Oh, wait, no, that's
Have you
Olive
seen
Garden.
Brie Bella? She has never eaten a breadstick in the past 15 years.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I can, guarantee that,
All right.
okay?
So they just had salads.
It's salads.
So they had the salads.
They're vegan, aren't they? I think
maybe.
they just had salads.
So Daniel, Bryan, Brie had their salads and then raced back to SmackDown.
Yep.
Made the interference, attacked the Miz. Miz and Maurice escape.
Yep.
Thanks to the help, and I marked out so bad for Cien Almas and Selena Vega screwing over Daniel, Bryan, and Brie.
I was so excited to see them in the ring. I was like, yeah, they're getting their comeuppance because of the freaking clean victory that happened earlier. Yeah, go Cien. Yes. And then it was the opposite.
Yep, and then Cien and Vega got put into two the yes locks. And they were locked in the yes lock and pretty much embarrassed and tapping away like crazy. Basically to build up the Miz getting away and somebody else having to pay for it because they didn't want to up the Miz yet. So
why treat Cien like that?
Yeah,
why?
I didn't like it either.
Did not like that ending.
Especially after the clean win.
Yeah.
It was a rough week.
If they had given Cien the win earlier, I would have been
count out victory.
All right, that's fair. He won. But
rough week.
I mean, I know he's new, but why do you gotta treat all the new NXT guys like that? Tough.
Yeah, it was a rough week for Cien. So that was kind of where the main event went off.
Yeah.
It was I'm going to say SmackDown this week was pretty 50-50. So that's what I'm going to give it. I think I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10.
I thought it was a little bit less than that.
Ooh.
I gave it a 4 out of 10.
Ooh.
I thought it was less than par. There was only a few segments in there that I really liked. I liked the Becky Lynch and Charlotte segment, and I liked the Samoa Joe and AJ Styles segment. I did like the Randy Orton, the Jeff Hardy
You didn't like the tag match?
And the tag match was good. But the majority of the matches were not very good.
Oh, wow. I think you're being a little harsh. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. 50-50.
Nope. I want better. I also like better endings.
All right.
I'm a sucker for that.
Yep. So, the crowd was dead all night. So then we have NXT. Moving on to NXT.
Yeah.
We opened with Cassius Ohno taking on the finest Kona Reeves. And I wrote here down the Battle of the Gatekeepers. Or at least I was thinking, is Kona going to become the new gatekeeper? And Cassius Ohno is going to go into a feud, or I don't know what they're going to do with Ohno.
Yeah, I don't know.
But then, in a pretty quick freaking match, Kona the finest loses to Cassius Ohno.
Yeah.
Wow, this gimmick is dead.
He was taking hard punches this whole time, and then he took one at the end, and I'm like, oh, nobody would get up from that. And he did not. Yep.
Oh, he's going to be the finest future endeavor ever.
Yeah, not just as one loss.
He came back with a new gimmick, and he's 0-2. That's rough.
That's rough. But you know what? That's what NXT is for.
No, I think Kona Reeves is not long for this world.
Yeah.
When you're losing to Cassius Gatekeeper
the Gatekeeper
Ohno.
was given more fuel, but then afterwards he did a kind of intriguing promo.
Really? I thought it wasn't intriguing at all. Basically, he just said, I am the Gatekeeper. I'm going to face everybody who's new here, but I'm going to beat him this time. And I'm like, no, you're not. You're the Gatekeeper.
No,
you're going to keep losing.
That's why I thought that it was kind of interesting, because it was almost like he was admitting that he's the first person to meet most people, and then he always gets beaten.
But
and
it's
so now
change.
He's saying, I want to be the first person to greet you, and I want to beat you.
But he's never going to do that second half.
Well, he might if he changes his gimmick and makes himself a little more heely. He didn't seem particularly positive or nice in this promo, which is different.
If you think that Cassius Ohno is beating Keith Lee, you are wrong.
Oh, is that his next feud?
Well, who else is up and coming? Or maybe the Bro coming up.
Yeah.
But he's also not going to beat that guy either. I'm telling you.
He's definitely not going to beat Keith Lee.
Gatekeep's got to gatekeep.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen, I'm telling you. So then we got the Forgotten Sons came up next, which were a bunch of guys that I had forgotten.
You had forgotten about them and their gimmicks because they had all just like faded off into the sunset.
So it was Jake Cutler and Blake Lively versus... I thought they were going to face somebody on the lower T, but they ended up facing the Street Profits, Montez Ford, and his name escapes me. Montez and...
I don't know. He's just the Stir the Cup guy.
Oh, come on. The Street Profits. Wow,
I don't like the Stir the Cup guy.
Why am I blanking on the name?
like Montez Ford a whole lot, though. He's really entertaining.
Oh, no. He is super entertaining. And they came out to, I say, a pretty good pop from the crowd. Because the crowd, I think...
Whenever they...
Angelo Dawkins.
That's his name.
And they came out stirring the cup, as usual, which I know you love. Alex loves Angelo Dawkins stirring the cup. And they got a lot of pop, a lot of pizzazz, and decent match. I thought it was solid. It went back and forth. I thought the Forgotten Sons actually did a decent match.
I thought they did really good. It's...
mostly Blake, because he's awesome. He's pretty good.
Blake is very good.
And
I liked... and Montez Ford was awesome. He soared over to the outside and then started to twerk.
Oh my god, he has so much energy.
So, seriously.
Oh my god, I get tired watching Montez Ford wrestle.
But then his partner followed up his twerking with a exciting move called a headlock.
Oh, whatever. No, Angelo Dawkins did a bunch of exciting moves on his hot tag. He did a lot of power stuff, threw dudes in the corner.
All right.
Alex just doesn't like him because he stirs the cup. But you know what? Every time he comes out, I'm going to do this.
That's so
I'm going to do this. What? Stir the cup with us, Alex. Come on, stir the cup. Stir the cup, everybody.
Can you
stir the cup at home.
Stop.
Stir the cup. All right. But anyway... we're big fans of Street Profits, but then I'm okay with that. They did end up losing, which I was shocked by.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised. It is the first match of the Forgotten Sons, so they got to get some love. I like the way that they lost.
Yep, I was worried they were going to feed the Street Profits, but then TM61 comes in, does some interference, costs them the match. I'm cool because it protects the Street Profits and gives the Forgotten Sons the win.
Yeah.
So, good match, good ending. I like that the Street Profits weren't just fed to them. That would have upset me.
And their finisher was kind of okay. It was an inverted DDT that turned into a stomp off the top.
That's kind of dangerous. They got to be careful.
Yeah, they got to be careful with it.
Yep. So then we had
Forgotten Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, that's definitely
what their gimmick is.
Clearly,
they're the Sons of Anarchy.
And then we had one of my favorite moments of the night. Is we have a backstage.
It was Who Attacked Aleister
Black. It's another Who Attacked Aleister Black. And
I feel like they need a theme to play every time that they go to Mr. Regal's
office. And William Regal Jesus. William Regal starts talking and it's freaking Dozer or whatever his name is. Otis Dozovich is a national treasure. He's looking around. He's
master of the sharp movement.
And what is he looking for?
I don't know what he's
looking
at.
What is he looking for?
I don't know.
Oh, it's great.
But he does it. And he's so nervous. Clearly, he's under interrogation, and he goes, "Yes, I admit I did it.
I broke the toilet. That was fantastic.
And then continue to talk about
how he broke the toilet.
He eats things and it just goes through his system, and you're like, whoa, wait too much.
No, and he's and then when it's dozing down, he actually came up with using his name for why he has problems in the bathroom. Fantastic. I love Otis Dozovich. Yes. More him as a singles wrestler.
So committed. No, his partner did a good job with that too.
I want to see him. I want to see him as North American champion. Otis Dozovich. Yes. Please.
Yeah.
Oh, so great. And so that was in.
Speaking of North American champion.
This is probably the most exciting announcement of the night. Is backstage segment argument between Pete Dunne, Ricochet, both saying they want each other's titles, leading to 2 weeks from today. We're going to see Ricochet face Pete Dunne title for title. North American Championship versus the UK champion. And we were both discussing that we don't know who's going to win.
Not know who's going to win that match. If there is going to be a winner. It's just 2 weeks from now, right?
Yeah, there could be a DQ.
I kind of thought about it afterwards. I was like, there might be some kind of DQ.
There
might be somebody that inserts themselves into that match and messes things up.
Undisputed
and
Era.
then that would end up being a 3-way match.
Oh. Or they could do an Undisputed Era thing. It could be Adam Cole could interfere with that.
Yeah, who knows? But there's...
All right, let's assume there's not going to be any shenanigans. If you had to pick a guy to win both titles, who are you picking?
I would pick Pete Dunne.
Me too.
I think love the British belt on him. I think that he has had it for over 400 days now, so he's going for some kind of insano record. And I think that if they brought momentarily, not long term, but momentarily, both of those belts to the NXT UK division, which is still coming soon with no date, but coming soon probably means within the next couple of months, that will get a lot more viewership.
Yep. So I agree, but hopefully that'll be a great match, and let's see who wins that one. Mm-hmm. So then Kairi Sane came out. I thought she was going to come out to celebrate, but she had a match. She had a match with Trish Adora. Never seen her before. Real big girl.
Yeah.
And I love she came out, had the NXT women's belt in a treasure chest, because she's the pirate queen, Kairi Sane.
Yeah.
Opened it up, grabbed the belt, then had coins, and started throwing gold coins into the crowd.
Yeah.
Awesome presentation. Does Triple H know how to present a champion or not?
I hope that she kind of keeps that with a gimmick and just throws gold coins to everybody, because that's cool. Who doesn't want some of Kairi's treasure?
Yes. hey, it was a family show. But, so, yeah.
She's adorable. I meant it in a loving way.
Okay. But she was, see, you've thrown me off. So, no, it was a good match. Kairi Sane, basically... by the numbers, stiffing.
She totally squashed that girl. I don't have a single move that other girl did. Unfortunately, she had a cool look too.
But she went down to Kairi Sane's crazy elbow.
Oh man, that
insane elbow.
Insane.
Kairi was like devastating her with strike after strike, because that little girl hit so hard. And so then they set up. Shayna Baszler came out, threatened Kairi. I'm not sure if it's happening at Evolution or in NXT in the next couple of weeks, but she wants to do a rematch.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you right now, if it's Kairi versus Shayna Baszler at Evolution, they're going to steal the show.
Oh, absolutely. That match, the first one was great. The second one's going to be probably even better. I was a little bit mad that Shayna interrupted Kairi's little cute dance that she's now doing, like this thing.
I don't know what that dance is, but it's adorable.
I don't know, but I want to learn it so I can do it.
It's only like 3 moves. You can learn it.
No, I'll learn it.
It's like 3 moves. It's like boom, 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 boom. Anyway, we're getting distracted today. At least we both are.
We also skipped the War Raiders.
Oh, the War Raiders did a promo.
They did a quick little promo, but I have to do a throw out for their fantastic hat.
You love those hats.
The Viking helmets that they were wearing. I wrote down Viking pimps. They looked so cool.
All right.
I like it. Anyway.
Yep. So they're setting up that match. I'm excited.
The ladies
and then what I liked is Shayna attacked her. It looked like Shayna was going to get the better of Kairi. Kairi fought back, beat down Shayna, sent her packing. She gave Shayna some devastating hits. I think she hurt her a little bit, because I saw Shayna leaving crying a little bit. Not like, like I'm upset, but like, ooh, you hit me a little too hard. I'm hurting.
I need to leave because I'm in pain.
Yeah, and she was grabbing her ribs.
She was grabbing her ribs. She looked like
I think Kairi gave her a shot.
Yeah.
See, the Japanese wrestling girls, man, don't mess with them. They do death matches in Japan.
Yeah.
They are hardcore. So that was great. Ciampa did a promo.
In his basement.
Oh my God.
Like you do.
I think these promos are hurting Ciampa. They stink.
Okay. It is a very generic heel promo. And the problem is that he addressed this, that he needs a number 1 contender. Ciampa is best when he has somebody to oppose him, so that way he can attack them mentally.
Like, so I put down in my notes, Ciampa is better when he's short and sweet. That's why it was better when he came out with the crowd. He'd say a couple things, they wouldn't let him talk, but the 4 or 5 things he'd say would be really cutting into the point.
Yeah.
Letting him drawn on, that's not good.
Yeah, these promos are just like a bag of hot air. They're not going anywhere. No. And also, I don't like that he seems to be wanting the catchphrase of "follow the lead" of Tommaso Ciampa. You know, why would you say that when there's already some guy that says "follow the buzzards" and that sounds cool? Yeah. Follow the leader, Boring.
Yeah, isn't that a kid's game, I believe?
Yeah.
So, yeah. No, Ciampa needs to keep it short and sweet.
Yep.
Keep it simple, Ciampa. Then they had another investigation into who
attacked Aleister Black. Do.
We're
That's my theme.
going to do that from now on.
Okay.
Who attacked Aleister Black?
Do.
Anyway, so Lars attacked him, or at least, no, Lars didn't attack him. That wasn't revealed. They asked Lars about it. He said, I love this. Lars said, I didn't attack him, but if I did, you would have found me standing over him.
Yeah.
So I love that. Like, I like that Lars is like, no, I don't sneak attack.
Yeah.
You would know it's me because I'm standing over him going, I'm Lars Sullivan. That's intimidating.
That's very intimidating. I
That's
gotta say.
great.
I like
Lars
this little
is fantastic.
promo. Lars is pretty great. I also
Underrated.
I like that he was wearing the yellow tap out shirt in the segment because they made a big deal about him on the tape wearing the yellow tap out shirt, and I'm like, he's never worn that shirt before, but now he's gonna wear it every damn time.
The problem with the yellow shirt is I feel like he looks too adorable in it. I want to give him a hug. He looked little huggy in the yellow.
Look like a yellow banana.
I don't know. He just looked. He looked
Or a
like
pineapple.
I don't know. He looked very huggy.
Okay.
So perhaps I don't know. But I wanted to hug Lars, and I shouldn't. I shouldn't
hug
want
Lars.
to.
You
I
don't
shouldn't
want
want
to.
to.
I thought it was rather unfair that Mr. Regal was like, oh, well, because you attacked Raul Mendoza, I'm now going to give you a match with Raul Mendoza. I'm like, why would you do that to Raul Mendoza?
What did Raul
That's so
Mendoza
mean. What did he do to you, Mr. Regal? He doesn't deserve
I'm
that.
picturing him, man. I really hate that
really-
Raul Mendoza. I know. I'll put Lars against him again. That'll show him.
What a big meanie he is.
Well, he is a heel. We all knew that. He's got those brass knucks there for a reason.
Yeah.
All right, so then we had our main event, which I was super looking forward to.
Very excited.
Johnny versus the Velveteen Dream.
Yes.
Johnny came to the ring. There's a kid as a sign. I believe in you, Johnny Wrestling.
Yeah.
Johnny goes up to him, and oh man, that's super emotional.
It was the feels.
What got me in the feels? That's babyface stuff.
Total
It is
babyface
good.
love. NXT knows how to build baby faces, and unfortunately, WWE
WWE
Raw
doesn't.
loves to just tear them down.
Yeah.
But we'll enjoy it while it's in NXT. Velveteen Dream entered wearing a shirt that instead of saying Johnny Wrestling, it said Johnny Failure on it to
Ooh.
psych out his opponent, and also a big frowny face instead of the
winky.
weird winky face.
So they had the match. Great match. Great match.
I don't even have that many notes. Oh no, I started taking a lot of notes at the end. Excuse me.
Yeah,
because
but
it was just spotless.
but good matches.
Yeah. Their styles really meld
Really well.
Yeah.
But in the end, the story that they were trying to tell is that Johnny was fighting that sadistic side that Ciampa put in him, and being Johnny Wrestling. And for me, I think the moment of the match was when Johnny is going to DDT him on the outside, which would have really hurt Velveteen Dream. He looks over to that same kid he came in with, kid's holding that sign, and he shakes his head, goes over and puts his head against that kid's head.
Yeah.
As if to say, no,
I can't do it that way.
I'm going to be Johnny Wrestling. And oh man, I got a little teary.
Yeah,
That was a little emotional.
It was good. It's so kayfabe real.
Oh,
I'm like,
it's hitting me too
the
close.
Emotions.
Yeah. But then what I didn't like is Johnny came in, went for the finish, but because he didn't do the mean stuff, lost to Velveteen Dream and the driver. What do you think of that?
Oh man, I don't know where they're going with Johnny's storyline. I felt sure when he did that, I was like, oh, he's gonna get a clean victory, and they're gonna keep him as babyface. Oh, thank God. And then I was like, Velveteen Dream was just shouting at him, "You're a failure! You're a failure!" And I'm like, "Yeah, go for him, Johnny! Get him!" And then he reversed it and turned it into his finisher. What is happening?
And Johnny lost.
Disheartening. My heart fell into my
I
gut.
wrote down here in my notes, heartbreaking loss for Johnny.
Man, what does this mean? What's
Yeah.
gonna happen next?
I think
don't
he
know.
might be going heel.
No,
to the
no,
debt,
no,
to the
please.
it's the emotions that this girl is gonna feel
not.
if Johnny Wrestling
Oh.
goes heel.
Man, DIY breaking up was bad enough.
But Johnny going heel, I don't
Johnny
think.
going heel, I don't know if I can take it.
But he
I'm
left the
gonna have to take a night
arena
off,
with
folks.
half the crowd shouting Johnny Failure, half the
Half
crowd,
the crowd
Johnny
shouting
Wrestling.
Yeah.
Ooh, good stuff, man.
Yeah,
Good
that was some
stuff.
good TV.
Yep. So
Yeah.
overall, good week of wrestling right now. Who is now going to be your wrestler of the week? I have mine. Would you want to know mine first? No, you know what? I've been going first. You go first this time.
Hate going first.
Yeah.
Well, my ring of approval, simply because this was the most interesting storyline for me, goes to my friend Johnny Wrestling.
Oh, Johnny.
Yeah, even though he technically had a bad week because he lost a match, his story was the best told. Makes me interested.
For me, I'm throwing a wrench into it this week. My wrestler of the week isn't even in the WWE.
Oh, that's not even fair.
Oh.
And in that case, then I would give it to somebody different, too.
Oh, well, I'm sorry you didn't do that.
Oh, well.
I'm giving my wrestler...
Rhodes.
No, I'm giving my wrestler of the week to Tessa Blanchard.
Oh, okay.
That match, that women's match at All In was amazing. She was the star of that match. I said it at the beginning of the week. I'm saying it again. Go see that match.
Yeah.
4 women, throwing it all out there. Tessa Blanchard is a star. Easily my wrestler of the week.
Well, I already gave my wrestler of the week. I'm not taking it back.
Yeah, you cannot.
But if I had to give a runner-up, then I didn't know we were counting All In.
Oh, I'm sorry. Don't be upset.
So I would definitely give it to Cody Rhodes just for having the balls to put All In on the map. Well, he broke the rules because he sold out at 10,000.
No, I'm saying
seats.
I'm breaking the rules by
whatever.
by picking whatever wrestler I want. But anyway, folks, that's this week. We hope you enjoyed it. We are going to do an extra special tomorrow on the Mae Young Classic.
Mae Young Classic should be a shorter show. Please watch.
Yeah, it'll be just an hour, so we'll probably be about a 40-minute podcast tomorrow, 30-minute. But we're going to do a short thing on Mae Young because it's awesome. So we'll see you there. Wrestle Life.